I gave her everything, my time, my trust, my loyalty, my heart, and she threw it away without hesitation, without remorse. She thought I was just another option, that I would always be there, waiting, hoping she'd come back. But she was wrong, because when she finally realized what she lost, when regret hit her like a storm, when she begged to be in my life again, I had already moved on. It didn't happen overnight. At first, it was small things, the distracted conversations, the unexplained late nights, the way she guarded her phone like it held secrets meant for someone else. I ignored it. I told myself I was imagining things. Then one night, I wasn't. Her phone buzzed while she was in the shower, and a message lit up the screen. A name I didn't recognize. I miss you already. Can't wait to see you again. The words hit like a knife to my chest. I stared at the screen, my heart pounding, my hands tightening into fists. This was it, the confirmation I never wanted. I looked toward the bathroom door, listening to the sound of running water, my mind racing. I could confront her, demand the truth, let anger consume me. But then something inside me shifted. She had already made her choice. So that night I made mine. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just walked away. And she had no idea she had lost me forever. She came out of the bathroom wrapped in a towel, humming softly, completely unaware her world was about to change. I was sitting on the edge of the bed, staring at nothing, my mind already made up. "Hey," she said casually, drying her hair. "You okay?" I looked at her, really looked at her, the woman I had once trusted, the woman I had built my life around. And in that moment, she was nothing but a stranger. "Yeah," I said calmly, standing up. "I'm fine." I walked past her, grabbed my bag from the closet, and started packing. Not in a rush, not with anger, just quiet, deliberate movements. She laughed nervously. What are you doing?" I didn't answer. She stepped closer, her brows furrowing. "Babe, what's going on?" Still, I said nothing, because I owed her nothing. Then she saw it. Her phone still lying on the bed, screen still glowed with a message that ruined everything. Her face went pale. Her breath caught. "I can explain," she blurted out. I zipped up my bag, slung it over my shoulder, and turned to face her. "I don't need an explanation," I said, my voice steady calm. "You already made your choice." Her eyes filled with panic. "Wait, just wait, don't do this." But I wasn't waiting anymore. I walked past her, my steps slow, controlled. And as I reached the door, I paused for just a second, not because I doubted my decision, but because I knew that this moment would haunt her forever. I turned the knob, opened the door, and without looking back, I said the last word she would ever hear from me. "Goodbye?" Then I stepped out, and for the first time in a long time, I felt free. She thought I'd come back. At first, she convinced herself I just needed time to calm down, that I'd call, that we'd talk, that I'd forgive her. But days passed, then a week, and I was still gone. She called. I didn't answer. She texted, "Please, just talk to me. It's not what you think. I made a mistake. I miss you." I left them all on read. That's when panic set in. She started reaching out to mutual friends, asking if they'd seen me. "Is he okay? Has he said anything about me? Please, I just need to talk to him." But no one could help her, because I had cut her off completely, erased myself from her world the same way she erased my trust. And as time passed, her confidence cracked. The woman who once threw me away so easily was now the one breaking. Now she was the one who couldn't move on. She was finally feeling what I felt the moment she betrayed me. The only difference? I had already healed. And she was just starting to suffer. Weeks turned into months. And still, I never responded. She had gone from confident to desperate, from ignoring me to obsessing over me. She tried everything, calling from different numbers, sending emails, reaching out through social media, even showing up at places she thought I might be. "I know I messed up. Please just hear me out. I can't stop thinking about you. I'll do anything to fix this." But no matter how many times she tried, she was met with the same thing, silence. Because I wasn't the man she betrayed anymore. I had built myself back up. I had surrounded myself with people who actually valued me. I had found success, happiness, peace. And she wasn't a part of that world anymore. That's when the regret became unbearable. She started looking through old photos, rereading old conversations, reliving every moment we shared. Because now, she finally understood what she had lost. And the worst part? She couldn't do anything to get it back. She thought I would always be there. Now she was the one chasing me. And I was the one who had already moved on. She never stopped searching. She told herself that if she could just see me, just talk to me, maybe, just maybe, I'd give her another chance. And then one evening, it happened. I was sitting at an upscale cafe, drinking my coffee, completely at peace. My life had changed. I was different now, stronger, wiser, untouchable. And then I heard a sharp inhale. I looked up. There she was, standing at the entrance, frozen in place. Her eyes locked onto mine. She had changed, but not like I had. I had grown. She had broken. Her once confident posture was now uncertain. Her expression, once filled with pride, was now filled with regret. Slowly, hesitantly, she stepped closer. "It's you," she breathed, her voice barely above a whisper. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. I didn't react. No surprise, no anger, no emotion, because I had already closed this chapter. She pulled out the chair across from me, gripping it tightly as if she was scared I'd disappear again. "Can we talk?" she asked, her voice unsteady. "Please." I took a slow sip of my coffee, letting the silence stretch. Then finally I spoke. "Talk about what?" Her breath caught. She wasn't expecting that. She had prepared for anger, maybe even pain, but she wasn't prepared for indifference. And that was when she realized she had lost me for good. She sat down slowly, hands trembling slightly as she clasped them together. For the first time, she wasn't in control. "I've been looking for you," she admitted, voice soft, hesitant. I leaned back in my chair, studying her. "I know." Her brows furrowed. "You know?" I exhaled, setting my cup down. "Of course." I just didn't care. The words hit her hard. She flinched, her lips parting as if she wanted to argue, but she didn't, because we both knew the truth. "I made a mistake," she whispered, her voice breaking. "I thought I needed more, but I was wrong. I was so wrong." I tilted my head slightly. "So why are you here? Because you regret what you did? Or because the life you left me for didn't turn out the way you expected?" Her eyes widened slightly. She didn't answer, and that silence told me everything. I chuckled, shaking my head. That's what I thought. She reached for my hand, instinctively, as if she could somehow hold on to me one last time. "Please," she pleaded, "just give me a chance. I can fix this." I looked at her hand, then back at her face. There's nothing left to fix. Tears welled up in her eyes. "So that's it?" she whispered. "You're really done with me?" I stood up, sliding my hands into my pockets. I was done the moment I walked away. She watched me, her face crumpling, realization hitting her like a weight she could never lift. She had lost me, and this time there was no coming back. She sat there, frozen. Her fingers trembled against the edge of the table, her breath shaky, her entire world collapsing right in front of her. She had spent months convincing herself that if she could just find me, if she could just say the right words, I'd come back. But now she finally understood. There was nothing she could say, nothing she could do. She had thrown me away like I was nothing. And now she had to live with the fact that I would never be hers again. "I don't know how to live with this," she whispered, her voice breaking. I exhaled slowly, looking at the woman who once meant everything to me. "Then maybe," I said calmly, my voice cold but final, "you shouldn't have let me go." Her body tensed, as if the weight of those words physically hurt her. But it was too late. I turned and walked toward the exit, not bothering to look back. She could chase me in her mind, relive every mistake, regret every moment. But she would never have me again. She had her moment of power. Now this was mine. She stayed in that chair long after I was gone. The world around her kept moving. People laughing, drinking, living their lives. But she was trapped. Trapped in the moment she lost me. Trapped in a past she could never return to. And as she stared at the empty seat I left behind, a single tear slipped down her cheek. Not because she missed me, but because she missed the version of herself she was when she had me. And now she would have to live with the fact that she would never have that again. Meanwhile, I stepped out into the cool evening air, feeling lighter than I had in years. I had wasted no words, no anger, no energy. I had simply moved on. And that was the kind of revenge no apology could ever erase. Final message to the audience. Some people don't regret losing you. They regret losing the life they had with you. And once you realize that, you'll never look back. The end.